And welcome once again to Community Viewpoint. I'm John Pollock, your host for this segment, and with me today is Linda Wright. You've been here before,
Yes.
and then before that, you've been here. Today you're here with a program called Together with Veterans, and before we get into that, let me make a correction from a couple of weeks ago. I mentioned that at the library we had the board of directors had authorized 61% being taken out of capital funds for a lighting project. And that project was $428,000, and that's not 61% of our total amount in capital funds. It's 31%, but still, that's a large amount of money from our capital funds projects. So, pardon for that, but I was given the wrong information. So don't shoot me. I'm just the messenger. So here's Linda Wright, who has been here on for many different aspects, and this time we're talking about something that's very near and dear to me because I'm a veteran. A lot of times veterans have issues coming back, and those issues deal with suicide. So tell me what you're doing with this group.
Well, this is a new group that is started here in Pahrump and Nye County, and it's Together with Veterans, and it's a veteran-led, community-based suicide prevention program. And the TWV teams conduct a public health action planning process to address rural veteran suicide prevention, implementing our action plan, and it's ongoing and is intended to create long-term relationships between veterans and community service providers, and it deepens community awareness about veteran needs and improves services and support for veterans and their families.
And what does it consist of?
Well, we have a steering committee that meets once a month, and then we go over and we come up with an action plan that we want to talk to veterans, and we get together with providers, and we bring information to the veterans.
How do you do that? Where do you find them?
I
know we're all over the place.
We're all over the place,
yeah.
But we go to the different organizations like the VFW,
Okay.
the DAV,
Yeah.
American Legion, the VA.
Got you in?
Yep.
Well, they don't let me in for my regular checkups. I have to do it on TV. But anyway, yeah, I can understand that. But so what are some of the things that you have to talk about?
We talk about all different things because the risk of suicide for veterans is 22% higher than for civilians. And female veterans' risk of suicide is 2.5 times higher than female civilians. So the risk is out there.
Mm-hmm.
And deploying during the first year in service increases risk of suicide too. And so deploying shortly after the last deployment increases the risk of suicide. So we all have a lot to talk about. Mm-hmm. And to be aware of for our veterans that are returning.
What do you talk about this? Do you use the facility of the coalition?
We meet at the coalition, and we do a lot of it on Zoom because some of our doctors or health professionals can't always make it to the in-person meetings, so we have them Zoom into meetings.
And you use that process, Zoom?
Yes.
That seems like the most popular one because I have Google and I'm trying to understand each of them, and it just becomes more confusing.
Yes.
So have you been able to start making some of the veterans making some what you call contacts?
Yes.
I knew it was a word that it was a big word.
Yes, and we've also done some assessments where we've gotten the community, the sheriff's department, we've gotten social workers, and they've come and they've given us insight to what is needed in the community for our veterans.
Okay.
And we've come up with an action plan. And now we're to the point where we're going to start implementing off of that action plan. And so it's, like I said, we're veteran driven. And some of our guiding principles is that it's veteran driven, collaborative, where we have community partners that play a key role in successfully supporting the veterans and their families. And we have informed and educated community partners to better equip to address the needs of veterans. And collaboration and education will strengthen the suicide prevention network for veterans and their families and friends. And then everything that we do is evidence informed, which makes it nice. The TWV strategies are drawn from well-researched models that have been shown to effectively reduce suicide. And so the strategies are designed to strengthen community capacity to reduce suicide risk among veterans. And then it's community-centered, so that these partnerships develop a unique suicide prevention action plan based on community strengths to address community needs. So the TWV action plans are reviewed and revised as needed to reflect changes in the community needs and priorities in order to promote the success.
So I don't know if you've come in contact with them. Who's in the most need for the suicide help? Is it the older ones like myself, or the younger ones like from 10 years ago rather than 50 years ago?
We're finding all ages.
All ages?
All ages.
I was going to try to name some wars and some police actions, but there are just too many of them. That's the big problem. We have too many times that we go to war.
Right.
And that's why we have veterans.
Right.
Now, if we stopped doing that, and the other countries stopped doing that, we would take care of the veteran problem.
Right.
But until we do that, we have to take care of our veterans, male and female. And the female weren't taken care of many years ago.
Nope, and we're now starting to take care of our female veterans.
Yes, back in the Vietnam days, they were just the women were usually thought of as secretaries over there, and maybe a little bit of first aid, nurses. But now they're in combat situations too, and they come back with the same issues that the men do. So
yes,
it's a tough road for you to take.
Right.
Because there's a lot of damage that gets done in warfare.
And I just got back there was 3 of us that went to a summit in Colorado in July, and we met with other TWV groups from across the country, and we also have one in Guam. There's 32 of us, TWV communities across the United States, and we all met at the summit in Colorado, and we learned off of each other.
How long has this been in business, so to speak?
For about 5 years.
Oh, that long?
Years.
Okay.
Yes, and like I said, it's all based on education and facts and everything. And it's done by the Rocky Mountain Myrick and Witchy and the VA. Okay. So it's all backed by them. So we have some things that how people can help us is we ask the community about becoming a peer support for at-risk veterans, to take suicide awareness classes to learn about how to approach someone in crisis, and you can do that by contacting the Nye Communities Coalition.
That's going to be, should be on the screen, 775-727-9970, extension 204, and that's going to be Leanne.
Yes. And she does all of our classes. We're always looking for veterans and families of veterans to come join our committee. Mm-hmm. And also help us create more suicide prevention programming. So we're asking people to become involved today.
Very good. And then how long have you been involved with this?
I'm going into my second year.
That long already?
I
Wow.
started off just as a member, and I stepped up to be, I was going to be just the secretary, but they needed a chairperson, and
That always happens, you know.
and I do so much with veterans anyway
Yeah.
that it was a natural fit for me.
Yeah, that happens to me too. Yeah. So, but I want to thank you for sharing that with us, and I'm going to have it'll be on the screen again, the phone numbers, and then we're also talking about. I will be talking about. I don't have my Ram shirt on today in honor of this, but we're going to have a Ram Taco dinner fundraiser coming up for the Ram event, October 1st and 2nd. That'll be happening September 9th at the Valley Conference Center, 800 East Highway 372. You can't miss it. It says Valley Electric all over it. And that's from 5 to 7:30 p.m. Tickets are $6 prior to the event, $10 at the door. So that's a taco dinner. You'll have raffle prizes are up for grabs there. Raffle tickets they've gone on sale August 1st, and tickets for the event are available now. You can call Ryan Muccio at 702-672-6559 for more information or for the tickets. And then if you want to become a volunteer, you could go to ramusa.org and volunteer with the rest of us, like myself. So we're looking for kitchen and food prep, patient registration check-in, volunteer check-in, set up and tear down parking lot check-in. Hey, that's my job. Interpreters, general medical, dental, vision, area support. Remember, we have free dental, vision, medical, and mental health we give out to the folks here. No questions asked. One last item. The railroad's coming back to the library every quarter, September 15th through the 17th. Free, what does it say? Free and open to the public. I can't read backwards. So the public can see them at the community library. See you next week. Bye-bye. And welcome to Community Viewpoint. And I'm John Pollack, and I guess you're stuck with me this week. So anyway, we have 2 or 3 things to speak of right in front of me. Oh, it blends in with my name. We still have at the library thousands, literally thousands of the COVID test kits. Just because the CDC lifted the restrictions doesn't mean COVID went away. So if you have the symptoms and you think you would be better off keeping to yourself, you need a reason to do that, take a test. We have them at the library. You come there, take 2 or 3, take 4 for the family. We have literally thousands of these left. And so you're welcome to take them. That's what they're there for, to share with the community, to make sure we stay safe and we don't infect others. Those of us who have been vaccinated and boosted, so to speak, if we get sick, it's not that bad. But if we pass on the COVID to those who have not been vaccinated, it could be fatal, especially if you're my age and if you have other health problems. So since I was talking about the library, it's not coming up. Here's my Train for Men home. We had talked about this the other week. This is my favorite locomotive at home, my GP30 from the New York Central at our local library, September 15th, 16th, and 17th. That Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, our train club will be back. The guys will be taking over both of our meeting rooms with their huge display, and it's just fantastic to see what these gentlemen do. There's about, I think, a dozen of them. They take a section for the oval. Everybody takes a certain, maybe about 5-foot section, and they connect it to each other, and they make a huge oval, and it's different towns and whatnot. And it's really fantastic for those of you who's hobbyists or for those with grandchildren. It's great to go over there, and the guys just love talking about their trains, as do I, but I just don't have the time to spend doing what they do over there. So another thing I'm going to be talking about is the RAM event. That's coming up in 5-6 weeks. And we're in need for, it's going to come up October 1st and 2nd. That's Saturday and Sunday. We still need, as of 2 days ago, that's like the 23rd. We're taping today on the 25th. 76 volunteers for Saturday and 60 more for Sunday. So I know we've had the flyers up there before. You probably could see it. I'm holding it up there. For the remote area medical, we have free dental for you, vision, mental health, and we're in need of general support volunteers. What I mean by that, I mean we need kitchen and food prep people, patient registration and check-in, volunteer check-in, set up and tear down, parking lot check-in, that's what I do nights, interpreters, general medical, dental, vision area support. So we need helpers in that area. This is our 7th year coming here because we come here, they come here for underserved areas and underinsured areas. And although we are next door to Las Vegas, we're a long way away from what services that they have. So in order to register, you just go to www.ramusa.org/volunteer. And then upper right-hand corner, there's a button that says volunteer. You just tap on that. And the next page will give you basic instructions how to do what you have to do to volunteer for the event. And it's going to be at the Pathways buildings at 2000 South Mount Charles Drive West, which is next door to the high school complex. So to support that also, since we still have the time, it's still not September. We mentioned this before, but we're going to have a taco dinner is going to come up for a fundraiser for this event. So that's going to be on September 9th. It'll happen from 5 to 7:30 p.m. at the Valley Conference Center at 800 East Highway 372 here in town. So the tickets there are $6 in advance, $10 at the door. You can get those at Valley Electric. I'm sure Ryan Muccio at Inspirations will pass them on to you. So anyone interested in providing a donation to support the event or purchasing the ticket, as a matter of fact, you could call Ryan at 702-672-6559. So that's, once again, that's going to be September 9th from 5 to 7:30 p.m. at the Valley Conference Center. And it's a taco dinner fundraiser. And you'll have raffle prizes and things going up for grabs. So another thing is you won't see me next week. We'll be playing the interview that I had with Ryan Muccio about a month ago, a full interview for the RAM event. So you'll see that again next week. Why you won't see me is because I will be on my way to something called Black Rock City. Black Rock City is somewhere up in northern Nevada, near Reno, near the Pyramid Lake. And I will be up there for 7 to 10 days, probably 10 days. And so that's one reason you may see some strange vehicles on the road this weekend, going up there through Tonopah, going through Goldfield, going up to the event up near Reno. So We haven't been up there for 2 years because of COVID, unfortunately, or fortunately for some people. But it's we've been waiting for that for quite a while. So the gates are going to be open at 12:01 a.m. Sunday at August 28th. If you're going, like I am, I get to go earlier because we're building a theme camp. I go, oh my God, I'm taping on Thursday. I'm leaving tomorrow morning on Friday. So anyway, I'll be going up there early to help build my theme camp, and I'll be up there till Labor Day. Getting out of town, getting out of Dodge, as they say. So about 50,000 people will be heading up there this coming Sunday and Monday. So you're bound to see somebody on the road with. And I have a list here for vehicle maintenance. You'll see some of us with ball tires, unfortunately, and we have to make sure that we tell everybody to check your tires. And then also there's load your vehicle safety rules here that I'd like to share with you. It's good for us and it's good for you. So it says, never exceed the load capacity or the towing capacity of a vehicle or trailer. And you will see some of the folks, they'll be doing that. Heavy items should be located low, centered, and over or between the axles. For trailers, load the heaviest items towards the front. I could tell you a little bit about that too. Secure your load with straps or rope. Batten it down with a tarp or net whenever possible to secure the smaller items. Make sure the brakes and lights work on your vehicle and any trailer you're towing. And then always make sure the safety chains are installed and they're not dragging and causing sparks on the road. So what it looks like on the road sometimes, we'll show a couple of pictures there. Well, that's when you get there. That's the first spot I'm going after I set up my camp. They have some theme camp. But anyway, there's a long story behind that. That's some of the beauty of Burning Man, all the art cars, the art that's up there. It's all about art, folks. And there is what we believe in is leave no trace. That's why they don't have to have somebody called Clean Up Pahrump, clean up after us, because we leave no trace. It's one of our 10 principles. And what else do we have? That's what it looks like when we get there. Is that civilized or what, folks? I don't think that's not civilized at all. That's beautiful. Oh God, I wish I was there now. So what else? This is what it looks like when somebody has a wreck up in front of you, you stop. Maybe down here you might be angry, but we get out, listen to music, and meet the neighbor in front and behind us because we know we're going the same place and we're having fun while we're even stopped. What else we have over there? This is the banner for it's Waking Dreams. That's what the banner is for the title this year. And what else do I have? And this is finally coming in there. This is the final funneling in there when you have to give in your tickets, and you may wait hours before you get into your spot. So, but you're honest to God, folks, you're still having fun as you're doing that. So that'll be happening this weekend. That's where I'm going. I'm getting out of town, like I said. So that's August 28th through September 5th. The man burns on the 3rd, and the temple burns on the 4th. Some of the big things that happen there. You can go to burningman.org, and it's put online now, so you could actually see the burn from home. So it's shown live nowadays. So another thing we have to worry about. I just want to mention monkeypox is coming into the area, so we have to worry about how that's spread. And it's much easier to spread than COVID, but at least it won't kill you. But there's a vaccination, and it's coming to town. We have one person that had it in Nye County already. So I'm getting ready for Burning Man. So we're in our last 20 seconds. And I want to say I will see you hopefully when I come back in a couple of weeks. I'll have pictures. I'll be a little bit darker because there's a lot of sun out there. So please join up for RAM, ramusa.org. And I will see you when I get back from Burning Man, hopefully.